Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Evansville Otters pregame show on 91.5 WUEV. Here live with Sammy the Bull Jellinek. Sammy, take it away.
Thank you, Jeff. You're right. That is Jeff Gardner giving me the intro to our next segment of the pregame show. Sitting down, talking with Mr. Gardner after a phenomenal performance last evening. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, a grand slam that really blew the game open. What was in that at-bat? They brought in a lefty who had actually hit Brant Whiting, the hitter prior, and then you face him and go yard. I believe you had 2 strikes on you, right?
May have had 2 strikes. It was something like that. I know that he just about hit me with that same pitch. If you go back and watch the video, I don't know how I hit it, but I was able to get enough of it and sneak it out over the wall for a grand slam.
And you mentioned sneaking it out over the wall. The right fielder Ty Moore got back to the wall, got time to set his feet, jumped, and when he went up, I held my breath for a little bit, and I imagine you were doing the same.
Absolutely. I was nervous about it. I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous about it, and when he fell down off the wall, I was looking to see, geez, does he have this ball? Please don't have this ball. Please don't have this ball. And then, ultimately it went over, so it felt good, and, it felt good to get back in there, get a second one, and just, finally feel my swing working good last night.
Yeah, and you mentioned that second one. It went out to right center field, and I put my head down for a sec as it went over the wall. It caromed off some of the chairs out in right center, came back onto the field. Were you scared again or anything?
I was terrified. I was looking at, at Bart, umpire, out there, and luckily he had a good eye on it and was calling it, because the right fielder started playing it, and I was like, please don't tell me. Do not let me miss this right here. But luckily he had a good eye on it, and
Yeah, it's a real nice solid win for you guys after a tough series loss to the Joliet Slammers in the final game, losing 13-8. You guys come back the next night, put up even more runs than you did the night before. What's really clicking for the offense right now?
I don't know. I think we're starting to get a couple guys that are swinging it, seeing the ball well, and we're starting to get some big hits with runners on base, and that's what we've been struggling with all year, is just the timely hitting. We haven't been able to get that done, and it's kind of been one of those teeter-totters where when one thing's working, the other thing's not. So if hitting can keep up and things can tighten up on the mound and on defense a little bit, I think we had a good shot.
And for you especially, your numbers this year are very solid across the board, but when looking at last year's numbers, of course, it seems like they're a tick down, but however, you still got to keep the positives moving forward. You're now up to 9 home runs, I believe, 43 RBIs as well, very solid numbers. But when you look back to last year, has there been any kind of, a little bit more pressure on yourself to try to produce like you did last year?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of why they're down a little bit. I put a little pressure on myself coming into this year, wanting to, perform up to that level, if not top it. So a little bit of pressure there, and last night, honestly, going into batting practice, I just started swinging about 50% and taking it easy instead of pressing during batting practice and trying to hit it, a million feet. And ultimately, I was able to get out there and stay a little bit more relaxed in the box. I think that's where I've been going wrong, all year. Better late than never.
And now you've got another familiar face in the clubhouse will be joining the Otters, just recently signed. That transaction will be out in the news later today. Jeff Thompson, right-handed pitcher from the University of Louisville, the second Cardinal who will be joining the Otters this season after Logan Taylor came and went. What's it like to see another familiar face in there to kind of get comfortable in the clubhouse?
It's awesome. Anytime you can play with a former teammate, a guy that you've shared a lot of memories with. Jeff, we've known each other just 8 years now. We were just talking about it's crazy how time flies, but it's nice whenever you get to reconnect with old teammates. It's even more special when you get to play with them again. So I'm excited about it. I think he's going to help this club a lot. Seeing him run out there on the mound and show the people of Evansville what he can do. He's a great pitcher, and I've seen him do some special things. I'm hoping I get to see some more of the rest of the season.
And speaking of the rest of the season, you guys have a kind of wonky schedule over the next week. You've got a game Tuesday, off day Wednesday, but then a doubleheader Thursday, and then you guys come home for what will end up being a 4-game series against the Florence Freedom with another doubleheader tacked on Saturday. Going through the dog days of August, we're going to be playing, 2 doubleheaders in the span of 4 days. How do you try and keep yourself fresh in the middle of a pennant chase?
Jeez, I don't know. I wish I could say healthy eating, but I'm not the best at that. So, just try to get your rest. And honestly, it's August is mental toughness month. You know, you're grinding through it. You got road trips, double headers. You just gotta push through and try to lock it in for a couple hours a night whenever you go out there.
Well, Jeff, best of luck tonight. Hopefully we see you around the bases a few more times.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Jeff. You're too kind. You've been listening.